Hi everyone, welcome to FIN2100 Personal Finance. We're going to have a very busy upcoming few weeks, but I guarantee that you will learn a lot of useful information that you can apply to your personal life. Students typically say this is one of the most informative classes that they take in college, and they wish everyone was, or they recommend that everyone be required to take this class. So hopefully you'll all feel the same when you get done. First priority is going to be to get your book ordered. This is an abbreviated class. It's only 7 or 8 weeks long, so you don't have a lot of time to wait for your book to come in. I'm going to talk about that here in just a second. The book actually is called Personal Finance, Turning Money into Wealth. It's by Arthur Keown, and it's the 6th edition. Now, you will need both a book and My Finance Lab, and here's the ISBN numbers for those two if you need it. My Lab access is included with a purchase from the bookstore. So if you're buying your book directly from the bookstore here on campus, you won't have any trouble. You'll automatically have that. Or you can buy a book separately and then purchase the My Lab access for $55 directly from the publisher. You can use a paper book or electronic book, whatever you're most comfortable with. I'm not sure about older versions. I haven't used them, so you're on your own if you decide to use an older book. The My Lab will be current, so you won't have an issue there, but I don't know about the content. And My Lab, My Finance Lab, is where you're going to take your exams and submit your homework. So if you buy a book from the bookstore, today it's $146. Obviously prices fluctuate, so I'm just giving you a ballpark here with all these. I've posted a website on Blackboard called allbookstores.com, and I really like it. It's just a search engine. You put in the ISBN number, and it comes back with a bunch of results for you. So let me see here if we can pull it up. So I plugged in the information, again the ISBN numbers. You can rent this book, it looks like, from this company for roughly $33 and so on and so on. You can buy it new for about 50 bucks. So those are certainly options that you may want to take into account as well. Also, there's the option here if you plug it in with the My Lab, and there's a very attractive rental here from Chegg for 50 bucks. That's actually cheaper than just buying the My Lab component of this course. So if that's true, and it is a book, even though it's a rental and you have to return it when you're done, that might be a good option for a lot of you if you don't have to buy it through the bookstore. So the prices that I came up with were $32 for rental plus a $55 separate My Finance Lab purchase. Used book, I don't remember what the price was on that. Somewhere in between those two, $55 My Lab purchase, $50 for a new book I saw on there. And that again is today. Prices will fluctuate. $55 for My Lab, or you can purchase the ebook from the publisher with the My Lab access for $100. I'll show you how to do that here. So the second priority would be to get registered for My Finance Lab. So what you're going to do is go to Blackboard. It's very important you go to Blackboard, and then you'll click on this Course Content tab, and you'll go right here where it says My Finance Lab Course Home. And when you click on that, it's going to come up with a page, and it's going to ask you, let me see here. Okay, you should get a page like this. Once you click on, again, you click on that My Finance Lab course homepage, you should get that screen. Sorry. You should get a screen like this. If you have an account already, like a My Math Lab, you can go ahead and sign in, or if you need to register, you'll click on this register button here. Then it will take you to, it will ask you for your, your personal information to create an account, email. You can use whatever email you want. Just remember what they are. Sometimes students can't remember which account they are, or which email and things they're tying to this account. So here's the important stuff. Right down here at the very bottom, you can get free access for 17 days. So this is wonderful for all you students who still haven't ordered your book or it's in progress. You can get online, you can use the ebook, you can complete your homework, complete your assignments. Absolutely no excuses here. 17 days. Once you do purchase the access, you'll have to go into your account and enter that information. Do not create a new account. That'll create multiple grade books, and it creates a whole lot of hassle. So you need to go into your account once you get that if you're doing the free. If you purchase a book from the bookstore or anywhere else that has an access code, you'll click on here. If you want to buy the e-text, you'll click on here for $100. And if you just want the MyLab, $55 right there. Also, I would like you to go in and carefully review the course schedule and the syllabus. Go back to Blackboard here. So you have your announcements. We have the syllabus in Blackboard right here. If you click on it, it'll come up. You'll have an opportunity to download it, print off a copy, which is what I recommend. So you have my contact information in case Blackboard is down. Here's that allbookstores.com. You can click on these links. It'll take you right in there. There's a calendar of activities in Blackboard for you. It just tells you what's due on what dates. This is also listed in your syllabus. And then the course content tab. So the course is a little odd in the fact that we're going to be bouncing back and forth between Blackboard and My Finance Lab. But to get to My Finance Lab, while you do your exams and homework, again, you'll click on that My Finance Lab button. And then I've presented you with the PowerPoint presentations for every chapter. I recommend printing them off, 6 to a page, having them handy when you read the book. Then you can make notes right on them. You'll have that for your exams and homework right handy for you. And then the discussions, right below that is where you'll complete your discussion board postings. It's a little slow. So you can ask questions in this forum here. Just make sure if it's of a personal nature, it only pertains to you. You send me an email, and then your discussions that we're going to complete throughout the course will be below here. Let's talk a little bit about the course requirements. Pretty straightforward. You'll have 4 exams. Each covers 4 or 5 chapters, 100 points each. 8 discussion board forums at 25 points each, and 4 assignments at 100 points each. Just to mention a little bit more about each one of those, your exams are multiple choice and true-false. You get 100 minutes to complete those, and those are to be completed solely by the student whose name appears upon the exam. I do not accept late exams, so you cannot submit these late. You'll have to take a 0 if you don't get to it on time. So make sure you work ahead so you don't have any problems at the last minute. Homework covers 4 to 5 chapters. That has to be completed in My Finance Lab via Blackboard. I do not accept paper copies. Those are problem type questions and they can be quite time consuming. So please don't wait until the last minute. I'm going to estimate 2 to 3 hours per homework assignment to get those completed. So again, don't wait until the last minute. You will get burned by the time clock. One benefit here, I will accept late homework assignments. However, you will receive a 5% per day penalty. So even if you've completed 80% of the assignment, if you reopen that after the due date, it will assess a 5% penalty on everything, even work that was completed on time. So watch that. And then the discussion board forums, there will be 8 at 25 points each. Participation obviously is worth 25 points each. I recommend students use this 4-3-2-1 criteria. I really like it. So it says you're expected to contribute to discussions in a thoughtful, meaningful way. Each post must have at least 4 sentences. Usually by the time students spit out 4 sentences, they've covered something of value that is gradable. A lot of times with a much shorter than that, you can't really say a whole lot that adds value. You must post a minimum of 3 times during the week. So your initial post should be by the middle of the week, and then you can come back and reply to 2 of your classmates later on in the week. So each post must be made on at least 2 different days. So out of the 3, you need to come back at least 2 different days. This is meant to be a discussion. This isn't a once a week for 20 minutes kind of visit. This is meant to be an in and out. Let's read what other people have to say. Let's have a discussion like we might have in class. Each posting must contain at least 1 point, and again, I don't accept late postings. The reason, as I mentioned, it is a discussion, and after the forum is closed, nobody looks at it anymore, so it doesn't do any good to post anything. All right, let's real quickly run into My Finance Lab because it has some really neat features that I would like to show you. So again, we'll just click on My Finance Lab there. Now my screens are going to look ever so slightly different than yours, so because I have the instructor view. But the main tabs here are going to be the same. So you can click on your assignments tab here, and it should come up with a listing of the items that are due and when they're due. They have something really neat in my finance lab called a study plan. So if you need some extra work, you have to go to view all chapters. That's a little annoying. Pick the chapter that you're working on, and then you can come in here and work practice problems. So, and they will give you the answer. I think it's really a great thing. Students seem to like that a lot. Results are where your grades are going to be. Here's the e-text. Multimedia library. Again, if you need some more resources, you need a little extra help, pick a chapter. I always just select all to see what's available. And then you can scroll down and they have internet links, web links, calculators, things like that. Chapter resources. So by chapter, similar to what you just saw in the multimedia library. So just another way to access that. So let's go back up to a homework assignment. Hopefully it'll let me in like a student. So you could pick a problem. Let's just pick a problem. I'm not sure what those little red arrows are. Okay, so here's an example problem that you're going to have. Look over here to the left-hand side. This is really, really important. If you don't get anything else out of what I've said for the last 11 minutes, pay attention to this. So you're having trouble. You get here, you're like, oh my gosh, I have no idea what to do. Well, my lab has some really neat resources for you. One of them is called Help Me Solve This. So what it's going to do is it's going to kind of give you information, a little bit of background about what you're doing and why, and it's going to walk you through the problem and how to solve this. Students also really like this view an example button. So it's the same exact problem with different numbers. And it's going to, again, walk you through how to solve the problem. So these resources are invaluable to students, especially if they're having a little trouble and struggling and need that extra attention. So it's kind of like a little tool. It's going to walk you through the problem. This looks kind of neat. Animation. I'm not familiar with this, but again, another kind of helpful little tool to help you see what you need to do to solve the problem. Another tool. E-text, you can click, it'll take you directly to the link in the book where what you might need. There's a financial calculator. This says ask my instructor. I'm going to ask you not to use this because I'm not going to get it right away, and so it's not a good tool. Go back to Blackboard and use the questions just ask feature, and then you can print the problem. So hopefully that gives you a pretty good overview of the course, and if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. Thank you.